Hello, it's Nancy welcoming you to Garden Scroll. Today is June the 20th and I've had to start sprinkling because just the hand watering is just getting the top surface. It's not getting good enough for my little plants to make it through the summer on their own. All around us yesterday got rain, but we were missed. But we actually do still have chances of rain almost every day this coming week, I think up until Thursday. So I'm hoping that I wish we would get it for every single time we have a chance, but we have already missed one when everybody else got their rains. So I know they're happy, but we weren't totally left out, even though we didn't get rain. Just the cooler weather was just a welcome thing for me. I actually did not water yesterday, but I did realize that I needed to today. I didn't get very far before I kept thinking maybe I'll wait and we'll get our rains tonight or soon. But I realized that it's not going to be a good idea to wait because too many things were needing rain too badly. Look at these little strawberry fields beginning to put on their little round bloom. I'm going to turn the sprinkler on in the back, and before I do, I would like to get a few of these pretty blooms for you before. This is still in the front. This is my strawberry pyramid, which is beginning to fill out a little bit. But I wanted to get some of these pretty blooms in the back before I get the water, and I've already hand watered. You can tell they have spots on them, but I'll still get them while they still have some of their freshness, and you get to see them before I turn the sprinkler on. Aren't those beautiful? My little hosta is doing well. This is the one that was just transplanted there last fall, and it's looking great. And these are some more of the daylilies I wanted to show you. And I was hoping that some more of my little seeds would come up, and as I'm looking right down here, a few of them have, so they may fill that out and put some pretty zinnies there for us to enjoy later on in the summer and in the fall. Some more of the tall lilies are blooming. These smell so pretty too. When you walk out, the scent of them will waft right up to you. They smell so good. We thought because it was so nice and cool yesterday that I may not even had to water today, but it got me through one day, and it gave me a refreshing, it truly did, that I was desperately needing. But it gave me that refreshing, just that hope that pretty soon we'll have a break from watering every single day. So much time of the day spent watering and in the heat of the day. When your garden is this big and you have to hand water, there's just no way that some of it's not done when it's hot. I noticed these little pots were filling out nicely. But I also noticed that there's some of my pots are a little bit scraggly and I need to fill out some more. This is where I hoped this little calabachoa would just fill this out for me, but I knew that it might not, and more of it has died away, so there's just such a bare spot there that I'll probably put something there. I think I probably tried to plant some seeds there, but I don't see any coming up in that area. This little pot needs something in it, and I've tried two things, a plant that died and a seed that didn't come up, so I'll try again. And this little pot I need some more in too. I still love this beautiful calabachoa, even no matter how scraggly it is. If it's alive, it's beautiful. But I do want to put something else in this little pot and fill it out better. And my little weeping willow still got some very bad dried yellow spots on it, so I'm again hoping for rain, and I put my sprinkler over here and it promptly fell down as I went inside, so it didn't do much good, but I'll try that again when I move it to this area. Right now I'm just going to be sprinkling in a different place that gets the biggest part of it for me. So, but this little pot is looking good. I see one plant right there that's dying out instead of looking good. I may have to put a different one in there, but the rest of it is looking just pretty good. My little yellow echinacea or cone flower is looking great, and the orange one is also looking good. I need to take those blooms off. I may see if I can save those for seed. But the foliage part itself is doing great. And then look at this beautiful orange daylily. This is called Screaming Orange, and it definitely screams at you in beauty for you to look at it. And I could have waited till it wasn't so hot out here, but I was afraid that if I didn't do this now, I might not do it today. And these being daylilies will not be there tomorrow, not the same bloom, and I don't know if one of these others would be ready when I take my next post to show you, so I wanted just to be sure and get this one on here. This was called Indian Giver when I purchased mine, and I just love this. Is one of my favorite daylilies. So we're back over closer to this Screaming Orange daylily. And then I'm seeing right over here another pretty red with a yellow throat daylily. And then pretty close by is this pretty creamsicle orange daylily. There's another one under this little table. This is again my calabachoa, looking great down here at the bottom part of it's just looking so pretty. but still looking scraggly at its base. So those little yellow petunias are looking good today. And then we're back to the other side of that pretty screaming orange daylily. And the pretty pink yarrow hasn't totally quit blooming yet. Some of it's kind of turning white, but it's still very pretty. I love this pale pink. I'd like to get it closer and yet still get it in focus for you if I could. So I'm definitely hoping that we still get rain and still get some time to enjoy some time off away from the garden a little bit. I mean, I love to come out and look at it, but if you garden, you know, sometimes the work can overwhelm you and you don't get around to getting to see the beauty and to enjoy it for all the work you're doing in it. But I got to take a break. We watched some older movies again, and I watched A Beautiful Mind, which is one of my favorite movies. I just love the love story in that story. So touching, so very touching. My sweet pea is kind of getting out of hand. I need to come out here and trim it back. It's getting down in my pathway. And since my pear tree is dying and my maple tree was dying and totally taken out now, I'm just in need of some shade in my garden for my shade plants because they're beginning to struggle. Here's some more of that pretty pink yarrow. Maybe I can get it in focus for you where you can see the beauty of the beautiful pink. Now turn back around to this pretty sweet pea. And more pretty daylilies. And I love this one with the ruffled edges. This little caliber cholla here is still trying to keep going for me. This one hasn't quit yet either. It is actually getting oppressively hot out here to me, and my back of my neck is burning, so I'm going to have to go on in. I know there's at least one more thing I want to show you. We'll make that too because I couldn't leave out this pretty bright yellow spider daylily. But this little grouping right here was the one I wanted to get on for you for sure. I love this color. As I've told you, it reminds me of my granddaughter Lily Mae. because she would take, like if it was normally colored this color, which this is normally this color, but just every now and then, and a lot of the times, it comes out with a little more modeling in it, just a little more work done on it. And that's the way my granddaughter Lily would do it. It would just be special if she did it. So I'm going to close up and not make this one so long. I know my last post was a little over an hour long. I had no idea it was going to be that long when I got started out here. But as it turned out to be, and I didn't go ahead and change any on it. Oh, and my Russian sage is blooming now. I think the last time the foliage was just looking great, but now it has the pretty bloom to go with it. But let me tell you goodbye for today and for this post, and to tell you also thank you so much for enjoying the Garden Scrolls with me, and we'll see you next week.